We're going to jump right in here. And as you can see on our screen, which most of you have in your amazing email signatures provided by the marketing team, here are our core values: loyalty, initiative, positive outlook, servant leadership, and our brand new one for 2020, collaboration. Given the size of our company, collaboration is very important, as you can imagine. And I feel it every day on the ASC Facebook page. So if you're not on it, I really encourage you, if you're a Facebook user, to reach out to us so that we can get you added, because a lot of great information is shared on that page and a lot of collaborating goes on there with best practices and answering questions. Sharing concerns. So it's just a great site. So if you're not on it, please reach out, ask to join, and we will add you right away, of course. And then you can start seeing all of the things that are being shared by our amazing team of ASCs. And I don't know if Becca Paxton in Paradise is on, but she is our January Superstar of the Month. So congratulations to Becca. They had a little bit of turnover in their accounting department down there, and she really stepped in and helped out, along with being the Cardis relocation director. And she's pushing for platinum again this year with Cardis, which is incredibly important to that region. To the whole company, in fact. So congratulations to Becca. And if she's not on, if you see her today, go ahead and congratulate her on her great accomplishment. And we really appreciate her stepping up and showing initiative and servant leadership in order to help out the accounting department. Sorry about that. My click-through doesn't seem to want to work. There we go. So positive outlook. Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. And this is not new information to you guys. You know that. When you walk into a store or a bank or a restaurant and you're meeted with a grumpy person, it immediately brings down your mood and your attitude as well. So it's just those little things that will make a big difference for your agents. You know, it's super simple to smile at them when they come in. Even if you're on the phone, you can give them a little wave. You know, just greet them. Make sure that you are happy that they're in the office, and that'll elevate their mood and it'll make them treat not only you better, but their consumers better as well. So it's really important to do, just to greet them with a smile. Make sure that you always do greet them when they walk in the office. And that goes to our number one point here, is be accessible. I know you're on the phone. I know you're busy. I know you sit through 1,000 webinars, most of which I'm on as well, every month, but just be accessible. If you're on the phone, if you're on a webinar, make sure you acknowledge them. Give them a little wave, give them a smile. You know, if you're on the call and they walk past you and you get up to go get coffee or use the restroom or get water or get to the copy machine, make sure you just make a point of stopping by their office and saying hi, since you weren't able to when they walked in. It actually goes a long way. It's one of those little things that can make a big difference. This goes along with the second one, the white glove treatment. Who doesn't like being greeted when you go to a restaurant and they're super happy that you've come in? They know you're going to be spending your hard-earned money, so they're going to treat you amazing. Let's do the same thing for our agents. You know, you get in the grind, you're busy, you're processing, you're dealing with account tech, you're dealing with Moxie, you're dealing with everything else. But really, those agents, when they come in the office, it means a lot to them when you do greet them. Ask them how their day is going. Ask them if there's anything they need help with. It'll go a long way in making a big difference to them. And here, as you can see, we want to know our agents. I crossed off customers because they are our customers, but we have to start thinking of them as customers, but continue to treat them as our agents. So they are our customers. So get to know them. Does one of your agents have a grandbaby that was just born? Congratulate them on it. Do you have an agent that just had a huge closing? Make sure you congratulate them on it. Make sure you let your manager know so they can congratulate on them. Just get to know them a little bit, and that will really help with not only number one, being accessible, but with number two, with treating them with white glove. Practice clear communication. This is a tough one. I fell into that trap just yesterday. So if Daniela's on the phone, she knows what I'm talking about. There was a lack of communication, and I ended up with a little mud on my face. So I admitted my mistake and we moved on, and you know, it's going to be fine. But we just need to continue to practice that, because it's a tough thing. You know, you think you're saying one thing, but it's being heard another. So we just have to continuously practice clear communication. That can be tough in a text or an email as well. So if things are not going the way that you think they should be going with an agent, just pick up the phone and call them. The marketing department does this really well. Tracy's team, you know, they take it out of email. A lot of things can be solved quickly with just a quick phone call, where back-to-back emails and back and forth maybe not get the problem solved. So just really work on practicing that clear communication. We want a positive outlook, right? So let's not use negative language. That can be a tough one as well, because it's hard not to say no sometimes when the answer should be either I don't know, let me find out, or I don't know that we can do it that way, but let's try this way. So just really keeping the negative language out of the context of the office can go a long way. Obviously, if you're not using negative language, you want to use positive language, right? So just really keeping that positive outlook for your agents, because they're being worked down by the clients and they come into that office as a refuge for them. So they really need some positive reinforcement for their day. You can use the CARP method. I'm not into fish, but you can use the CARP method. So the first one is to control the situation. You can do this by greeting them. When they come in the office, you greet them. You're already controlling the situation by making that positive first step. You want to acknowledge the dilemma. Oh, I'm seeing that you're not in a very good mood today. Is there something I can help you with? Is there anything that went wrong? Is there somebody that I can, have call you? Do you need help with marketing? Do you need our manager to call you? Just really acknowledge that there is a dilemma. Then you can refocus the conversation. Maybe they just got off the phone with a lender and realized their closing wasn't going to happen. You can acknowledge that that was a dilemma. You can, say, I'm so sorry that that's happened to you, but I heard that you have a great new buyer that walked in on floor yesterday. So just completely refocus the conversation on something positive. And then you can problem solve so that the agent is happy. If they didn't have their closing happen because the lender got pushed back, you can problem solve. You can say, well, did you, maybe reach out to another lender? Or I heard my manager talking about how this person got that closing to go through. So have you really focused on trying to solve the problem? And what can I do to help you get that problem solved? There's a lot of options in this business. Sometimes they just have to be pointed out to the agent at that particular time. And then just make sure that when you leave that conversation that they're in a positive place, that you've really helped them move past that, and that they are going to be leaving that situation positively and happy. And that goes along with this last one for positive outlook, which is always close conversations correctly. So this can be tough at the front desk, right? You're having a conversation, things are going right, you've refocused the conversation, you can see a smile coming on their face, and then the phone rings. Well, they're busy, so they walk away. Make sure you get back to them. Even if it's when they go to leave the office, say, hey, I appreciate the conversation. I hope that helped you. Please let me know if there's any follow-up you need to do on that. I just wanted to let you know, since I did have to take that phone call, that you are still top of my mind. Just make sure that they know that they are important to you. And again, I get it. It's tough. You have people walking in your offices, you're processing paperwork, you're on a webinar, you're taking phone calls, you're dealing with a lot of moving parts. So just try to really keep that in mind. And if they squeeze out of the office, I always swore that Ken Kleinrichert here at 522 was a ninja, because he'd just be gone, and literally the only way out of the business was by my desk. So I never knew how he got out of the office. So if they squeeze out on you, shoot them a quick email, give them a quick phone call, and just let them know that you're thinking of them and you hope that they have a great rest of their day. Servant leadership. This really does come from the top down in our company. If you've ever had the pleasure of meeting Ken and Mike Schmidt and Tom Gray and Steve Bell, servant leadership is just through and through the entire organization. And it does affect you guys as well. You guys are leaders in your office. Our offices cannot run without our ASCs and RSCs. So you guys are servant leaders, and we really appreciate all the leadership that you provide in your offices along with your managers. So let's jump into these. There we go. I'm using Google Slides today, you guys. It's the first time I've presented with them, so it's going really well for me, except for I just got to figure out which button to click. So if you have not used them, I highly recommend it. It's going super slick. So servant leadership, it's really about practicing that empathy, the patience, and being consistent with it. We know our agents have bad days. We know that they need an ear to bend sometimes. Does it wear you down too? Sometimes. But that's when you can head to the ASC Facebook page and say, hey guys, is anybody else's agents having a bad day? What can we do to lift them up? What can we do to lift each other up? Just really practicing that empathy and patience and being consistent with it goes a long way towards servant leadership. You don't have to feel sorry for them. You just have to empathize with them that they're having a rough go of it, whatever it might be. And be patient. They may snap at you. 9 chances out of 10, they didn't mean to. 9 chances out of 10, they didn't even realize that they did. So just be patient, be empathetic, but at the same time, you guys are very important to the organization and you don't deserve to be treated without respect. So if it's a consistent issue with an agent, reach out to your managers, reach out to me, reach out to anybody on leadership, Julie in HR, Michelle in HR. We are all here for everybody else. We're a team and nobody deserves to be disrespected. So as much as our agents are our customer, we're all part of a team and everybody deserves respect. So practice that empathy and patience, be consistent with it, but do know that you are a respected part of this company and nobody deserves to be treated poorly. Customer service is continuous learning. That's why we're doing this little thing today, right? I always need reminders of it, and it's great to remind each other. It's just continuously learning what we can do to better serve our agents. So just know that it's never an end process. You're always doing things to better yourself. You want to really ask your customer, your agent, if they understand. We have a lot of new information coming out. You guys know it. I know it. We just want to make sure that they understand. A lot of times I think I'm saying things correctly, but again, it's how it's being received, not necessarily how I'm saying it. You know, we feel like we repeat ourselves multiple times, but it does take about 7 times for things to sink in. So really ask the agents if they understand. You know, Mr. Agent, your EMD is due within 2 business days. This is federal regulations. Do you understand why that's important? I'm not just bullying you and picking on you to get this. There's actual federal regulations that us as a company need to follow. So just make sure that they're understanding the why, because we do ask a lot of them, right? We do have a lot of rules and regulations in the business that we're in. So we really want to make sure that they're understanding and the fact that we're not just picking on them for that information. Let your customer, your agent, see your work ethic. We know you work hard. We know you're a vital part of this company. They may see you on Facebook and you're really just posting open house ads for the company, but they saw you on Facebook, so they're thinking you're not busy. But just consistently show your work ethic. If you have any downtime, reach out to them. What can I help you with? Is there copies you need me to run? Can I phone one of your clients for you? Let them know you're running late. Just really show them that you're consistently working hard. I kind of mentioned this earlier on the positive outlook, but we're going to repeat it because it's a good one. Don't be afraid to say that you don't know, but follow that up with you will find out. I don't know everything. I don't know half of everything. But what I try to do really hard is I don't know, but let me find out. And I like to tell our new agents when I meet them, whether in Launchpad or on a recruiting meeting, that you don't have to ask 5,000 people. Come to me. If I don't know the answer, I probably know who in the company does. So be that source for your agent. Gee, I don't know if the buyer broker needs to be signed on this contract, but let me go find out for you. Reach out to your manager, reach out to your regional leadership, reach out to a manager at a close office, reach out to your RSC. Don't just end the conversation with, I don't know. Follow that up, but I will find out for you. Be that resource for your agents. And then you really want to pay attention to your customer, your agent's experience. Are they happy in the office? Is their chair comfortable? Are they having problems with Wi-Fi? Is their phone not working? Is the cell service in their office poor? Find out really how they're feeling in the office. We want them to be comfortable. We want you to be comfortable too as well, by the way. So if you're having any issues, let us know. But really pay attention to the experience that they're having. And it's okay to show your agents that you're human, right? You want to have amazing work ethic. You want to continuously learn good customer service. You don't want to be afraid to say, I don't know, but you're human. I'm human. I messed up last night. It happens. Okay. We're a part of the team. It's okay to be a human to your agents. But again, we want to follow that up with consistently striving for that positive outlook. We have bad days too. Our agents aren't specific to that. So we know that we have bad days too. So it's okay to show them you're human, but just consistently try for that positive outlook. Practice active listening. This is a great one in your offices because we do sit in the hive of the office usually at the front desk. You can hear a lot of what's going on. If you hear an agent say something about, oh my gosh, I've got 2 showings and this paperwork's due and I got this to do, go up to them. Say, hey, I hear you got a really busy afternoon. What part can I do for you? Just practice that active listening. If you hear an agent say, oh, I hear over at Remax that they have great parties, go up to them and say, hey, I heard that you like the parties Remax does. So what do they do that we don't? What would you like to see in our company that we're not doing? It doesn't mean you're promising them that we're going to do it. It means you're actively listening and that you understood that they have a need that we're apparently not fulfilling. So just really reach out to them and be that active listener. It's not always something you need to address. If you hear something and you're not comfortable going to them, go to your manager. Say, hey, Mrs. Agent said this today, and I just thought you should know because it struck me as something that we maybe need to follow up with. So just be that active listener in your office because you do sit in the hub of your office. And this, again, I've spoke to, but it's always a good one to follow up on. Admit your mistakes. Show you're human. Geez, I really meant to put the right price in the MLS and I just got busy and the phone rang and I apologize. I'll get it corrected right away, but I do apologize that it was a mistake and just admit it. The worst thing you can do is to try to ignore it or sweep it under the rug because then it just gets worse. So admit it, admit you're human, and move on. And then what you really want to do is follow up after that problem is solved. So this kind of goes back to the last slide where you want to end that conversation, close the conversation. Just make sure that everything is good. I admit that I got the price wrong. Just want to let you know it's corrected. It'll filter through all the websites. I'll check the websites tomorrow to make sure it's updated. If it doesn't, I'll reach out to my RC or to Carrie or to the brand's help desk and make sure that it gets corrected. How are you feeling about what happened? Just really follow up after the problem is solved so that you both end it on good terms. And I know I've gone a little long here. So JD, I'm sorry I moved past your question and I wasn't sure he mentioned the importance of this can't be stressed enough. So here, JD, I'm going to go ahead and unmute you and then you can elaborate on that. There, you should be unmuted.
There's no need to unmute me for that. I just meant the importance of kind of owning up to a mistake is just huge because the cover up is just so much worse later on. When you try to talk your way out of something and it doesn't work, the mess is just even worse later. That's one thing that I've experienced a lot. And it's so much easier to just say that was my bad. I'm working on fixing it right now. Sorry about that. So I didn't need to be unmuted. I was just empathizing because I've been there.
Yeah, no, we love your input. So thank you for that. Sarah up in our Marquette office, who's our RSC for the entire UP. And as I had to share with Michelle down in Florida, they are called Yoopers, and that's Yoopers. So I was schooling Florida on that, Sarah. Apparently one of the agents overheard our conversation and said that, yes, in fact, the Remax parties up there are really fun. So Sarah's going to follow up with them and see why they're fun and see what we can do to incorporate it. So good job, Sarah. Oh, thanks, Samantha. Also another Yooper. I'm glad that you found it informative. So like I said, this is a Google slide and I can share it with you guys, which I will do. If you miss pieces or portions, or if you want to go back and refer to it later, it is being recorded, of course, and we'll make sure that it is up on our YouTube channel. I did get yesterday's first and third on there, so this will be up there by the end of the day. So thank you guys so much. Sorry I went a little long, but I really appreciate your time. Hope everybody has a great rest of your week. We're coming up to mid-January, so believe it or not, as much as it's snowing, I do know that spring is on the calendar and it's going to be showing up soon. So thank you guys so much. Hope you have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.